this project I want to draw a bunny rabbit, and I've got my paper in the portrait direction, and I'm going to go above the center right here, and I'm going to put a little curved line over the top of my finger, and now I'm going to bring that down like this, and that's going to make the nose of the rabbit. I go beside it and I make another line like that and one over here, and those are at least as wide as my finger, maybe a little more. I've got a rainbow shape here and a rainbow shape here. I'll do it again for both eyes. When I shade these in, I like to leave a little white streak. I'm sorry, not a streak, a little white dot or circle near the top. I almost always do my character's eyes that way because it makes them look a little more natural. It kind of brings them to life. Here's some eyelashes, and we'll do the same thing on the other eye. You don't have to fill it in now. I just think it looks better with it filled in, so I'll just go ahead and do it. It doesn't take that long. And then I'll put some eyebrows over top like this. You can do anything different. You don't have to copy mine exactly. We're really working on drawing skills, and drawing skills are just simply tools that you can use to do your own creative thinking pictures. Now I'm going to go right out from here and put a dot. I've left that little space, so I'll try to match it over here, and then I'm going to put a rainbow shape right over top. Something like that. I've got one drawn that I did for practice. So I'm going to go very, very lightly at first. I don't like to darken anything in until I can see whether or not I'm getting what I hope to get. And I just want a nice rounded line for the top of the rabbit's head. I'll go ahead and put a few little detail lines like that. And now I want the rabbit's jaw to be wider than the top of the head. So I'm going to put two little marks that go out like that. And this, by the way, it's a rough draft. That's why it's all scribbled up here and there. I do that a lot. I'll just sketch things out to see, well, just kind of see how it goes. I'll change it and correct it. I'll come back to that because I want to go ahead and get the mouth in first. So I'm going to come down, 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 and curve it around. And I'll do it again on the other side. I'm not going to start all the way up here though. I'm just going to start right in here and curve that around nice and neatly, if possible. I'm going to go ahead and get the whiskers because I seem to forget to put the whiskers on my characters like this, on this bunny rabbit character anyway. I seem to forget to put those on, or if I'm drawing a cat, I forget to put the whiskers on, so I'll do it while I'm thinking about it. You can do the teeth any way you want, or you can just put a little curved line across there. But I'm going to put as if this rabbit has teeth like that. Here's one that I did like that. Again, it's another rough draft. I'll end up with maybe 5 or 6 rough drafts before I start making the video. Now I'm going to just very, very, very lightly bring this around because I want to be able to see it before I draw it. So I just lightly, lightly, lightly sketch that in. And I'm going to leave the sketch marks because it gives me the texture I want for the rabbit to have some hair. I give most of my characters human-like features. Those are just selective rendering marks. It just indicates it's not, slick, smooth surface. Alright, I've got two different types of ears drawn. I've got this one with one sticking straight out and another one curved. What I'm going to draw on the rabbit I'm working on now, I'm going to draw these. They're both bent over like that. So I'm just going to start right here. I'm going to go up and bend it and bring it out. And then I'm going to start, well, let's see, I can start here and curve this out like that, and then I can just bring them together. One, two, and I intentionally put little curves in those two lines. Alright, I'm going to try to do another one on the other side that's very similar to it. So I'm going to go up and bend it. Might bring this one downhill a little more. I'm going to curve this line out to meet it, and then I'll work on bringing them together out here like that. Again, one, two. And this here seems a little smaller than that one. I could erase it and correct it, but I think it's going to be okay. Now, I'm going to do a great big egg. Both of these I had eggs. I've tried them in different positions on the rough draft. I think I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to move it up maybe just a little bit. We'll see. I do like that bow tie or that ribbon, whatever, that bow. So I'm going to put a circle there. I'm not going to make a great big one, but I'm going out this direction and that, like that. Again over here. Now just hook on and bend it like that. Bend it like that. I like to put these two little loop-de-loops in here. I think it makes it look better. You can do yours differently. I'm just going to put like a triangular shape there and take those like that. It's just going to have these short little ribbons, not long stretched out ones, because I want to put that egg in here, and I want a big egg, big, big, big. So I'm going to use my finger as a guide, but I'm going to make two dots that are very far apart, much wider than my finger, because I want the top of that egg to be like this. Now, this is a rough draft of the egg. When I'm finished, it should be something like that. You can just make yours oval, but I'm going to draw very, very, very lightly because I want to see this before I darken in any lines. I want to kind of see what I'm getting. And I think that'll be okay because I want a big egg. You may not have that much room, and you can draw a bunch of little eggs or no eggs at all. You can put something else on there. When I was drawing this rough draft, I thought, well, that kind of looks like a lava lamp. A little bit. Alright, so I'm going to sketch, and I'm sketching kind of dark because the rough draft or the rough end with that dotted line looks about like what I'm hoping to get, so. And I think that'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and darken that in more. if I have to erase, I have one of these little block erasers, and they come in pink also. These work pretty good. They get dirty, and then when they do, I just wipe them off on a paper towel or a rag or something. Okay, from this point, I'm going to put the hands on the sides of the egg. These I've got the hands like it's on the table, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to put hands. They're really legs, but you know what I mean. We're turning this rabbit into a human-like character. So I'm going to put ovals right here like this, and they're just round like that. And now it kind of looks like a paw. You can do yours different. You can leave this off. You can come up with your own ideas. And those look a little small. I think I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. The other one's okay. I don't think I've ever in my lifetime drawn something that I was completely satisfied with the first time. Alright, I'm going to get this line going that way, and I'll match it over there, and then it's a matter of curving this in like this. I'm going to hook on here and curve this in, kind of like the front of a letter D over here. Not quite, but similar to it. I'm going to come back in with a line like that and that, just to kind of distinguish the body from the legs or the arms. Maybe even a little curved line. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to go back up here and make it like that bow is tied to a ribbon or something that goes around the rabbit. Alright, the body looks a little small compared to the head, but I think that's going to be okay. Now, I'm going to leave you some time to decorate the egg. In the meantime, I'm going to put this on a table like that. And it doesn't have to be. You could just draw the bottom of the character's body going back to a very rough draft. You can see where I've done that on this one. But I ended up going with this one. I like it better. So I'm just going to go that way, but I'm not going to the edge because I want to slant steeply like that. Very steep slant right off the edge. And I'll go back and jump over this way, and I want to slant that off because that adds a little bit of 3D perspective. It makes it look like it's a table or something flat anyway. You don't have to put your egg on a stand because the bunny rabbit could just be holding it. So I don't know. I might in a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to go work on the background. I like to put a line that separates the foreground from the background. It just, in my opinion, makes a better composition and design. And wow, I hope that's not in the middle, and it probably is. I just kind of have a rule to never divide the picture right in the middle. But if it is in the middle and it looks okay, then it's okay. Alright, I am going to put these little tree-like shapes in the background. Trees or bushes. You're welcome to do something different. I think it's just a good way to break the space between the sky and the ground. I don't always do that, but this picture I am. I like to put little birds in for perspective. It just gives me a way of showing something that starts out big and ends up really, really small. You don't have to do that either. As a matter of fact, you can be creative and do anything you want with yours. Now, with a big head and a small body, it kind of makes the rabbit look young. I'm Put a couple lines like that to kind of finish out what appears to be, missing parts. And then I'm going to add some flowers. I'm going to do a daffodil and maybe a couple tulips. You can put jelly beans or other eggs or anything you want. One of those little coloring kits where you color eggs and so forth. But for tulips, if you want to draw the tulip, it's like a U. I think I'll go ahead and do 2 of them while I'm at it. And then I cross over and then cross halfway over and put a triangular shape on top. Now, down, 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 and then the leaves are pointed like the tip of something sharp. And there's usually quite a few of them. And then I just finish it off with some sketchy lines on the bottom, grass or mulch or whatever it might be. And I said I was going to do 2. I don't know. I think I'll go do the daffodil. There may not be room for another one over there. So let's go over here, or I am anyway, and I'm going to draw a daffodil. And it's got a really long stem too, and skinny leaves like this that come up. Lots and lots and lots of them. And then a few little pieces that stick out like that. Now that's not a perfect rendering of a daffodil, but it works. For grass, I will a lot of times just make little flicks like this. And I don't make grass like toothpicks stuck in the ground. That's not my idea of how to make grass. I go like this, just every different direction. And you don't have to put grass everywhere. If you put just a few little blades of grass now and then, it gives the viewer an idea. You've just illustrated, that this is a grassy surface, and the viewer kind of fills in the rest. So when you're coloring this, just use several different shades of green. Don't just use one green. Use light green, dark green, and any other green you got. Maybe you can throw in a little yellow, touch of brown or apricot. It'll look better. A few details on the distant trees. And then it's time to decorate the egg. And I'm going to leave that up to you and whatever else you want to do on the table for creative thinking. Now, the camera is positioned where I can't really zoom in on the whole thing without moving the camera anyway. But this is what I ended up with. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate this egg, but finish with the major parts of the drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and play some music. And then when you color, just remember to keep it neat. Neat is good. So short strokes. Keep them going in one direction. Follow the top edge for the sky. At least that's what I recommend. And don't leave white streaks. All right, hope it was fun. Here's your music.